Hello and welcome to Profiles with Phyllis. Are kids smarter than our scientists? Well, our guest, Marshall Barnes, our research and development engineer, will talk about this and more. Welcome, Marshall, to Profiles.
Thank you.
Before we address the are kids smarter than our scientists, let's start with some of the educational programs, particularly in science you support. You are the top STEM professional in the U.S. for National Lab Day. Tell the audience what STEM is.
STEM is an acronym. It stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Math.
Okay. National Lab Day. What's its origin and what's its purpose?
National Lab Day was started in 2008 by an entrepreneur by the name of Jack Hydery. And basically what it is, it's a way for teachers and schools to be connected with scientists, engineers, and other STEM professionals to do STEM projects in schools.
Okay, so we've got a lot of those going on across the United States then, correct?
Absolutely. National Lab Day is a national program.
Okay.
And anybody in the United States can get involved. That's, comes from a school or, it's a STEM professional or even, as Jack likes to say, a tinkerer.
A tinkerer. Well, the thing about it is National Lab Day one day or is it something that's ongoing?
It's ongoing. It's the organization is called National Lab Day. But it's not just one single day. It's an ongoing project, and as a matter of fact, there are people signing up for it during the summer. And although there seems to be, at least up to this point, one particular day where they really put a lot of focus on. Last year was May 12th. I'm not sure what the day is going to be this year yet, or in 2011.
So, is the purpose, Marshall, to advance science and technology and math and that, or is it advanced to get kids involved so we can start to see some some things happen?
Well, it's actually a bit of both. The National Lab Day was started because Jack had the feeling that the United States is no longer at the lead of technological development in the world. And so as a result, he figured that this would be a way to help to try to change that. So by changing that, what you're doing is you're getting kids, the next generation, more interested, more involved in science, technology, engineering, and math. And this is one of the ways of doing it.
Okay, well, what about the White House? I understand they have an initiative, and it was called Educate to Innovate. Now, that's changed, I understand, to change the equation. Can you talk about this program?
Well, it was basically an expansion of Educate to Innovate, and Change the Equation involves another conglomeration of different private entities and educational entities. And essentially, what it is they're trying to get to, in particular, students who are underserved, as they call it, and try to get them involved, and so to bring them along with everybody else.
So Time Warner has some involvement in that. Can you tell us what that is?
And as far as Change the Equation is concerned, I'm not exactly sure because it's rather new. It was just announced about a month or so ago. But Time Warner has its own project that was part of the original Educate to Innovate initiative, and that was the Connect a Million Minds program. And that was another, kind of get everyone together to do different science projects and promote STEM in schools and that type of nature. But it's set up a bit differently.
Well, is National Lab Day and White House, that Change the Equation, are they collaborating?
I'm not sure to what extent the collaboration goes, except that the White House is promoting the fact that they exist and promoting the fact that people ought to get involved. I know there's no money going to them from the White House. I don't think there's any kind of taxpayer dollars involved in this at all, aside from the normal grants and things like that already exist through organizations like the National Institutes of Health and National Science Foundation.
I know that you work a lot with the local schools here on National Lab Day. So can you share with us a little bit of the programs that you've done?
Well, I've done a few. I haven't done a lot, but I've done a few. Primarily my work has been at Bexley High School and at Grandview High School, and I did some project at Columbus Afrocentric Early College, and also originally through my own projects at Briggs. I did a program out there. Because my involvement predates even National Lab Day. I created Super Science for high school physics back in 2005, so that predates National Lab Day by 3 years. And essentially what I was doing was responding to the need that I saw on the internet for teachers to be able to talk about what we refer to as advanced concept, science and technology subject matter accurately to high school kids because they were very curious about things that they were hearing about and seeing on the web. but the amount of accurate information was kind of shortcoming. And since I'm a research and development engineer in that field, I decided, well, hey, I can put some things together and do interactive multimedia presentations, and I started doing it in 2005.
Well, that's very admirable, because we need all the help we can get as far as education goes, and you know that because I am an educator. So how would people participate getting involved?
Well, in getting involved as far as National Lab Day?
National Lab Day?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, basically, you go to the National Lab Day website, which is www.nationallabday.org, and you sign up as whatever it is that you're doing or interested in. If you're a teacher, you sign up as a teacher. If you want to volunteer to help out a school or something like that, you can sign up as a volunteer. If you're a scientist or engineer or a tinkerer or someone with a technical background, you can sign up, as a STEM professional. And then what you do is, depending on what it is that you're there for, you try to connect with other people to see what can happen.
So National Lab Day, I guess, connects you with somebody in your area that you can...
Well, what happens is that the website is there to do the connecting. It's like a social media platform. Mm-hmm. And so if you are a school or a teacher and you have a project you're trying to do, what you do is you post what that project is and how to get in touch with you, and then hopefully somebody will get in touch with you. Now, sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't. I've tried to facilitate a lot of that kind of connectivity, along that line, and so that's the way we hope that it works. I'm very interested in trying to get as many of the projects that are posted on National Lab Day to be adopted, so to speak, as possible, because it's really kind of I think it's kind of sad when someone posts something and nobody comes along and does anything about it.
Exactly.
And then also the other thing about it is sometimes the teachers have to be more proactive in terms of responding to answers to their requests and getting back to people. So it's still kind of in a learning process, but it's all there. The website's there, and that's what's being used to connect everyone together.
So we're talking about you're very, very active in Ohio. Do you work with any other states?
Yes. Actually, last year I worked with 6 different states. So I'm not local by any stretch of the imagination.